Possibly. Okay, so first question is, how did you feel when you were being ghosted? Saga and Ari? You, please, Mr. Saga.
Well, it was, I felt ignored. It was very from my closest friends here. It was painful. I had to start playing music. And then even the music said, Ari had to join me when she left me, and then I was alone drumming, so it was a little lonely. But then at least, I don't know. At least I got to eat bread. I got to eat bread for free, homeless bread. And then it was painful mostly from the people closest to me, Sha. And thank God it was for now.
I felt crazy. I felt crazy, like literally, like I felt like I was the only one who exists. I felt like I had a disease, because like wherever I went, people ran away, or just ran away, and just looking past me, looking through me. I felt alone. I actually pretended to be okay, like I actually faked it, because like after a while I was just like, you should just stop this, but then I was just like, nah, fake it. But yeah, that was disturbing, terrible. I love all of you.
We love it too, man. We love it too. That was nice, man. Have you ever been ghosted because of lack of internet or poor internet connection before? Mr. Perry.
I've been ghosted because of lack of internet data. I felt alone. I felt like I lost touch with the world. I felt I didn't know anything was going out there. So yes, for sure.
Okay. Mr. Yeo.
Yes, I have. I'm always scared of that. Like just the idea that I won't know what's going around the world, and just whatever opportunities I might miss out on. So like I felt so like I felt so alone, and so like alone and just withdrawn or away from people, and that's just really scary because of lack of internet or data. So that's just something that multiple times I've felt it. So I'm someone that immediately I'm almost running out of data, I tend to like get something. I can't even wait even 2 hours is too much. So like I just want to be aware of what's going on, and also the opportunity to get anything or to receive anything, or just to know what's going on around me, both from my family members and everybody around me. So that's just something I've felt very much.
Amazing. Mr. Sami.
Okay. Being alone, okay, literally, I'll say I've been alone for the past 24 years. When it comes to...
No, let me read the question again. Have you ever been ghosted? Ghosted because of lack of internet or poor internet connection before?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because back at home, we've always had network and there was always wireless.
Wow, you're from amazing. Miss Sasuke.
Yes, I have been ghosted. On my birthday this year, my phone died, and there was no lights, no way for me to charge my phone till about 5 p.m. And then when it came on, I still didn't have data. It felt so lonely, like, especially on a day like my birthday. Like, I was literally feeling invisible, because that's the day I felt I should have been feeling a lot of love and all of that. Yeah. And it's not a nice feeling. Thank you.
Mr. Saga, yeah.
Okay, so well, I work offshore, and sometimes we go to places where there's no phone network and all of that. Sometimes even see our phone as I was going in. It's very disturbing, so you have to. Although I felt worse now when we're in isolation, but then it's a horrible feeling when you can't communicate to your friends, and I felt that when I'm offshore.
Okay. Mr. Emmanuel.
A model and a businessman. I'm always getting information about my businesses and about updates on fashion style or fashion events and whatever. And the way I recharge my phone, I charge it once, like 5,000 or thereabout. And once I subscribe and it's finished and I forget to check my balance, I can't subscribe again. So then I'm ghosted because I can't buy airtime along the street or something, and then I can't connect to my manager, I can't connect to any of my employees or check updates, and nah, that was not good at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Mr. Yusuf.
Well, I've always had troubles buying data because it wasn't easy for me to buy data all the time because it zaps a lot. And I missed like 3 emails who were very, very important to me. The job email, I missed the first email coming here to Big Brother Naija, but it did a lot of favor for me.
Thank God you're here.
So yeah, thank God. I had to look for a way to buy data, and then all of a sudden I started to receive that email. Then I also missed my girlfriend's birthday because I was offline. So we had a real trouble, and at the end of the day she broke up with me.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Mr. White Money.
So basically, yeah, with all the networks it's been problem, but with Airtel never, because I always have like a star 141 on the standby, the Bigo plan. That has always been like my go-to subscribe, because I get like a 7 gig when I do that 141 and go. So it's always on the standby because I'm a businessman and I get to upload stuff on my status and send stuff to get deliveries, get orders from clients. So that plan has always been like my side. So with Airtel, I've never ever missed like any data stuff like that because that's the 141. That's always by my side.
That's good to know. Thank you. Mr. Cross.
Thank you. Ghosted. Well, I would say it not really, because as they said, I'm currently always on the move. So because of that, I have an automatic like data renewal. So once it's finished, it automatically renews itself. So because you never know where you'll be at a given time. So because of that, I kind of set it up so it automatically renews. And I think it's very, very sad, especially when you're in a place where network is kind of difficult to reach and you're trying to find bars and you're trying to connect to the world. So sometimes it can be quite frustrating. So yeah, definitely, once or twice I felt like that in a particular area. So yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Thank you.
Extremely. Thank you. Mr. J. Paul.
For me, I'm a content creator, so getting feedback from content that I create is really nice and positive for me. So during lockdown in 2020, COVID period, there was a particular time I couldn't afford to buy internet on a particular network. And it felt really depressing and invisible. I felt invisible for a long time. The fact that I could not be active on social media. And by the time I came, I realized I had lost tons of followers and all that. So yeah, I felt invisible.
Understandable. Mrs. British.
So my son was using a terrible network then, so it was difficult for me to reach him, and I just got him a new phone at that time. So that network was very terrible, and I used to talk to him like every day, 7 p.m. every day, that is weekly, and then weekends, 9 p.m. So it was really bad for me to reach him, and he's in Port Harcourt and in Lagos. So I had to get him Airtel. So when I got him Airtel, it was very easy for me to reach him. Before I got to this house, I call him almost every day, like every day, not almost every day I call him, when weekdays, 7 p.m., then weekends, 9 p.m. So now I talk to him anytime I want to talk to him, and sometimes when he lacks data, he calls for data, he calls anytime he wants to call to. He has stopped complaining about network, or he has stopped complaining about trying to reach me and not able to, so.
That's good news, amazing.
Yeah, I felt ghosted when I was not able to reach him when he was using the terrible network.
I'm so sorry about that. Thank God that's changed now.
Yeah.
Mrs. Princess.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, I've been ghosted. Like Sasuke said, on my birthday, which was 1st January, and it's festive period, and yeah, I had to travel home, and you know how terrible networks are in some areas in the east, in villages, some villages. So like my network was terrible. Like of course on my birthday, I usually get birthday messages. I get a lot of on social media, text messages, WhatsApp. I get a lot of messages and calls also. So it was difficult for me to receive calls. It was difficult for me to get messages or even reply messages. So then I had 2 networks. So I was using this other network and then I couldn't get any message at all. I'm like, what the hell? This is my birthday, for crying out loud. How come I'm ghosted like this? Like I don't know what's happening around the world or outside. So I'm like, okay, since I have another network, which was Airtel, and that's like a true life story, which was Airtel, I'm like, okay, I can remove this Airtel and then put it on this other smartphone and see if I can get network. I did, and then boom. Like I had like 1,001 messages on my phone, and yeah, so I became happy again. So Airtel made my birthday fun for me.
That's good news, man. Happy to hear that. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Have any of you ever been ghosted because of lack of internet or poor internet connection before?
Okay.
Mrs. Mimi.
Okay, as an entrepreneur, I chat with a couple and I need to send mails to a couple of factories outside Nigeria. And due to the time difference, if you don't get to reply on time, then they go to bed. And it's always, you need to balance it up. So most times when I felt ghosted because I send mails and I don't get a reply because maybe my internet is bad at that point. And during the lockdown, we used to watch movies, right? And the internet was so horrible, I was like, what the hell? So you basically would put the movie, put it on pause, and go for like 2 hours to have it load. And then when you press play, still getting stuck. And yes, so that was a problem for me. And connecting to people, because now you're alone, I need to video call my mom and family. And due to the internet, it was a problem for me, and I couldn't go out. So I really felt invisible and ghosted because I didn't know what was happening in the world. I didn't know if there was a crisis I didn't know about. So yeah, I felt ghosted because of lack of internet.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Miss Karen.
Yeah, so same applies to me. We're just like, functioning humans, and like when you don't have, good internet or like, functioning internet or slow internet, I just felt like disconnected and just incomplete because, speaking to people and communicating via the internet or like carrying out functions on your apps and your softwares or whatever, it's like a part of your day, it's a part of your life. So like when that is removed, like a big part has been removed, and it just feels like incomplete and disconnected. So
I do agree with that. You're right. Next. Yeah, absolutely. Have any of you ever been ghosted because of lack of internet or poor internet connection before?
Well, my idea of being ghosted has been ignored. And my day-to-day activities involves making clothes, delivering clothes. Sometimes I do the delivery myself. And there have been situations where I've been unable to, I've had poor internet. And I've been unable to subscribe to data or just issues entirely. And honestly, that resulted in not being able to reach my client, or maybe, and there's been one specific incident where my client needed the dress that particular day. So in the morning, I started making the outfit. And then next thing, my data went off. And, she was unable to reach me. For some reason, she wasn't able to call me, and I wasn't able to call her as well. And that particular incident caused issues with that client, and she was a very good client. She was a paying client. So for that instance, or that particular instance, I lost my opportunity. I lost that wonderful client, which I'm sorry, and she never got back to me. And I guess, so yeah, I lost opportunities as a result. So I felt ghosted, which has been ignored. She wasn't ignoring, she wasn't answering my messages. She was off my whatever. She just ignored me. She didn't want me anymore. Sorry,
I'm sorry.
Maybe stand up now. No,
Miss.
Okay.
Miss Jackie.
So.
You want to repeat the question, or you?
I think I got it.
Okay.
So I attempted to be in a distance relationship once, and obviously we only could communicate mostly via the internet because it was expensive making calls out and him calling me from there as well. Also, we had a huge time difference. So we only could talk really at night because he was working during the day, and so I was always looking forward to talking to him at night. That particular week, for some reason, the network was just always so poor. So I started getting frustrated, and we were both very edgy, so we'd always argue on stuff. And then I came to Lagos. I live in Abuja, so I came to Lagos for a job. And that day I got back to my hotel, I was tired and I had a very terrible day and I just wanted to talk to my man, and the internet was bad. The hotel did not have good internet and all I could rely on was my mobile data, and for some reason it wasn't working. And his phone is always on silent, so if you don't call him, he won't know. If it's not like vibrating for a long time, he won't know his phone is ringing, so you have to usually call him. So I tried sending him messages like, babe, I can't reach you, call me. But I think he fell asleep and I couldn't reach him. And that night, I won't even like cross my mind, like I was like, she couldn't wait for me. Like, I felt very abandoned and ghosted, and I felt like he could have tried to reach me anyhow. I don't know, I just felt that way. So yeah, because of the internet, we had a lot of issues, and yeah, I felt ghosted that particular night.
So sorry to hear that.
Thank you, Boma.
You're welcome. Miss Angel.
Okay. I feel like I've had two instances where I felt ghosted. The first is, well, everybody knows that I'm a writer, so I kind of have like a writer's forum where I share my ideas before like penning them down. So there was a particular point in time where I couldn't like reach or connect or speak to people in my writer's forum because the network was bad at the specific area, location that was, so that was a bit frustrating for me. My birthday is February 13th, and I wasn't in Nigeria for my birthday. I was in Dubai, and I don't think FaceTime works in Dubai. Yeah, FaceTime doesn't work in Dubai, so most of my family members couldn't reach me to tell me happy birthday. Most of them tried to call, but they couldn't get across to me. So yeah, I didn't feel like the love that I'd have normally felt like if I was in Nigeria and everything. So yeah, that was a bit depressing, and I felt ghosted and out of touch with my family members, yeah.
So sorry to hear that. Mr. Lee.
Yeah, so I have experienced being ghosted. As a family man, we won this family 3-day getaway trip. And sadly, we couldn't take our son with us on that trip because it was like a spouse trip. And yeah, it was out of town. So we had our helper back home with our son. And once we got out of town, getting to the location, we noticed that, we're out of coverage. And that was like, that 3 days was really tough for us because we had to like load WhatsApp messages of things to say to the helper and what to do. Then we had to like drive a little bit, into.
Must be frustrating.
Yeah, so once the WhatsApp went through and we were able to speak to her, we had to drive back and stuff. So we kept on doing that for like, in the space of like every 4 hours and stuff. And that was really, really hard. So yes, I have experienced that.
Sorry to hear that. Miss Nichols.
As a dancer and a social media influencer, also a content creator, I literally live on the internet. Like, I'm the kind of media influencer that I don't like to go out every time, so I just stay in my comfort zone at home and watch movies online on Instagram or any social media platform because I literally work on social media. I wake up every morning, I'm always up all night, checking my comments, making research on what I need to create the next day and everything. So there was this particular time, because I have to like do a lot of bonds. I do the 120 gig. I'm supposed to last it for like a month, sometimes last for like 6 days if I have to do a lot. I was at home on this Sunday and there was no one at home. My security usually have like Sunday for leave and all that. So I was supposed to post a video because me and my crew always post like by 6 p.m. I'll make sure we reply comments for like 1 hour. Then to like check our emails and see if we're getting like gigs and all of that. Like even though my dad calls me on WhatsApp, not regular calls. Because I barely buy airtime on my phone. I just buy data and whatever I want to do has to be like on the internet and all that. So there was nobody around me. There was power. I was trying to post this video. It was not going.
Wow.
And we have to like, when we start each other on our group, we're like, oh, that thing started like 5:59 on the dot. I got a message on my WhatsApp like, oh, we're posting this video at 6 p.m. and that was like 5:30. So I was still like stalling and all that. Like, okay, I'm going to post 5:59 because, my network, I use Airtel actually, it's fast and all that. So I posted it at 6 p.m. and it was just there. And I went to the kitchen, tried to cook something for myself. I came back, it was like 30 minutes ago, and the video was just still there. Like, okay, let me try and reload. Okay, let me try and do something else. Or let me try and tell them on WhatsApp, like, oh yeah, this is that. The message was not delivering. They could not reach me.
Wow, what was sad.
Yeah, so I could not do anything for that. They had to wait till like 11 for my secretary to come back. And I had to use it because it was not like my SD, you can't really get airtime anywhere. I could not call anybody to send me airtime and all that. So I had to wait for him to come back and okay, just turn on your Wi-Fi for me so I can post this video actually. Maybe tomorrow my network will be okay. So for that I felt ghosted because I'm like a social media person.
Yeah.
That's my life, that's everything about me. So I felt invisible, like no one was seeing me. I was so curious at what's going on. Even though the videos are going to upload on Instagram, let me know what's up. Is anybody sending me a message on my WhatsApp or do I get emails or what's someone trying to reach me? I was like, okay, I think this is the end. I could never see any movie on Netflix because my internet was not working. So I felt invisible and no one was seeing me and no one cared about me, like really ghosted.
Wow, so sorry to hear. We need to pick this up. Please tell her.
If you're coming, if you know you're coming.
Okay, basically, I have been ghosted once, and it's the most painful ghostment I have ever been, because I lost orders worth hundreds of thousands, and it really got to me at the time. And because of the kind of business I do, I produce herbal tea, and you need to be on the internet, so like you don't know when the person is at your beck and call. So that particular order made me, I know, like I'm always like, okay, this is where I need to be at this particular time. This is what I need to do at this particular time. If I am low on airtime or data, I need to update. Yeah. Whether the order comes or not, you just need to keep updating your data. You know, so yeah, I have been ghosted before, and it got to me. I felt very terrible, very, very terrible.
So sorry to hear that.
It's okay, it's okay.
Least but not the last.
Yeah, I've been ghosted before. On the other side of the world, obviously, services are quite great. So like Dubai, the UK, stuff like that, you don't really get slow service or like the internet not working. But like with my experience having to work for Emirates, like I was trading online and I had a trading manager. So I had a lot of thousands of pounds on my account. But he tells me what to trade in and what to do. But I was on a flight, a really long flight to somewhere in America, I can't remember. But there are certain places, and we do have Wi-Fi on board. There are certain regions where you're flying over and like the Wi-Fi wouldn't work. But on this particular flight to America, like it was for so many hours, and obviously he was messaging me saying I had to like change certain some of my sticks and stuff, and I didn't get any messages, and I knew, because I was looking at the time, and I knew I had to do stuff. I was deleting, I was forgetting the Wi-Fi, trying to log back in. I tried and I was getting irritated at work because it was getting to me. So yeah, I even got in trouble with one of my seniors on board because I was so rude, because it was obviously affecting me as a person. By the time we landed, I lost a lot of money. So yeah, I felt like depressed, sad. But yeah, that's, I don't know if to call that ghosting, but that happened.
I'm glad that's all in the past now. On mine, quickly, I was driving, and usually, I don't know, like, because in Lagos, it's easy for